Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and we are having a PLO special video. I know I said I wasn't going to play any PLO in September, but the games on Sky this week at No Limit have been fucking horrendous. It's wall-to-wall regulars, day and night. So we're just going to play some PLO for a little bit of fun. We're going to flop some roll flush draws, and we're going to check pot it. And we're going to hope to get there. And we don't need to get there. My PLO game is, how can we put it, not good. But it's probably better than the field, I would say, given that the tables that I'm sat at. So we might do okay. We might get completely slaughtered. Who knows? We are going with the min raise because I think a lot of the leaks I have in PLO are particularly prevalent in bigger pots where the SPR is quite low and I'm never really quite sure what stacking off ranges should look like. In like we got like an SPR of 3 or what have you. I have no idea what I should be stacking off with, what I shouldn't be stacking off with, so I'm going to be adopting a min raise pre-strategy, which pretty much goes against everything I've ever read about the game. But hopefully it's going to protect me from some of the spots I'm not yet very good at. It's not a good adjustment. It's a little bit like when people with mental health problems self-medicate with street drugs. You know it's not a good solution, but if it makes you feel better at the time, then what the hey, you're going to do it. So that's what we're doing now. This is not a strategy I recommend. It's just something that I'm toying with for my own. Well, I'm not really sure. To preservation of my own mental game to allow me to feel better at some of the spots I'm in, feeling that I don't have to stack off quite as wide with some relatively weakish draws, etc., because of how much already in the pot. We're going to be less. It's kind of an attempt to make myself less pot committed earlier in hands to allow myself to allow me to see how hands develop before deciding whether to invest a lot of my hard-earned or not. As I say, I don't think it's a particularly good strategy, but it's probably better than what I have been doing. We've got 4 tables of 20 PLO going right now, depending on how the session goes. It could be a short video, could be a long one. At spots like this, I just have no fucking clue. I mean, it's very likely someone's got a 9 in terms of like how many cards are out there, but how the betting's gone, it's not very likely someone's got a 9. I have 2 kings, which I presume is just like a pure bluff catcher. I don't know. And the king's won. Maybe we probably could have won a lot better from this exact hand, but I don't know. I'm just learning the game from a pretty basic standpoint, but we're lucky enough that we can do it in some incredibly soft games. There's some people who just don't have many general poker skills at all. This isn't my saying I'm going to start playing PLO again. My PLO has very much been a work in progress for a long time now. I haven't studied the game hard enough, to be frank. I've often just thought the rake's unbeatable in these games, and maybe it is. It doesn't feel like it's unbeatable when you're at tables as soft as the ones we've got today. But long term, I'm not even sure if I've long term won at PLO or not. I certainly haven't in the Hold'em Manager, but I used to do okay on Betfair 6, 7, 8 years ago when they had their own like standalone client. I've done okay-ish on Triple Eight, I think. Well, yeah, I suspect I'm certainly a losing player in reasonable games. So PLO probably shouldn't be a losing player in the tables I've got tonight, but in any one individual session, who knows what can happen? Who knows? But my strategy for the time being is just let's not blow up pot spring. I mean, we could even just open limp rather than min raising, I guess, but open limping just goes right against the grain, which is why I'm doing the min raise instead. It's probably not great. It might be fine for these games, not great in general. So we do not have a full house here. We only have 3 9s with no real kicker. So we're going to check back the river. It'll be a slow play 2 queens. Yeah, we're going to try and avoid big pots unless we are very confident that we have like a really decent amount of equity. As I say that, we lead out with, I don't know if that's called a wrap or not. I don't know. Maybe it's not a wrap. But like quite a lot of like a decent straight draw. Turn card's pretty terrible. So we're probably just about done with it. And the river's not ideal either. We do have trip 3s now, but I'm going to bet trip 3s on that board. Straights and flushes out there. Didn't value bet a flush on the river there, which, considering I've got him tagged red, seems quite odd to me. Double suited aces here on this table. I'm going to continue with our min raise strategy. Hope someone pops a 3-bet in there. This guy's been particularly psychotic. He could just entertain us here. No, he just calls. And we flop pretty badly. But, I mean, if these guys are calling for the min raise, I've seen these games so often now, they would have called for pot 2. And instead of being, like, in a 171 pot that we've got almost no hope of winning, we'd be in a 251 pot that we had almost no hope of winning. So, again, probably a piss poor mindset and approach to the game, but yeah, please do only min raise now. We are going to isolate pot here on table 4 to try and get heads up in position against the limper, and as you can see, not a great deal of respect for the isolation. It's the first 2 people snap call, and again, these are situations that have been like really boiling my piss in PLO, where you just get these multi-way pots, 20 big blinds already in the pot, and you just have like literally no hope of winning. So I do find it a very frustrating game, which is why I've been like going for like the keep the pot small strategy, because it'd be a lot less frustrating if this pot was like £1.60 rather than £4.37. And then we're going to see people who are probably going to win the pot having called with a hand that they have no business calling with, and then win. And that's when the injustice tilt or the entitlement tilt, all these things just start to just bubble under the surface. Like, how does this fucking guy win this pot when he's called pre-flop with like ace 7 6 queen, no suit or whatever? And yeah, it certainly challenges me in mental game front. Got 1 suit here, so I like flush draws fucking virtually worthless, but we do have some nice high cards for straight purposes. And we still somehow managed to flop an incredibly strong draw. We now have like a gut shot and a nut flush draw. Although we had heavily blocking our outs here. Wow. Now this is the sort of situation. I think we just have to go with it without. I mean, we're blocking at some of our outs, but we have like 4 jacks to the nuts, and still 7 diamonds. So we have 11 outs to the nuts here. I guess we're never getting this dude off his set of aces, of course. But we're never getting him off his set of aces. Oh, I guess we just hope to get lucky. He doesn't even have a set of aces. Okay. Never mind. So that could be spew there. I'm not sure. I mean, how can it be really? We've just got like lots of outs to the nuts. Probably can't be spew, but it's a high variance all game. Interesting that you 3-bet me with like relatively weak holding. Or was it relatively weak? I can't remember now. Seem to remember having a 7 in there, like an ace king. Was it ace king 10 7? I'm not sure that's the best of hands to 3-bet with, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. Well, I guess once that flop comes down in a 3-bet pot, especially when you get someone else putting some extra money in, it's just time to go with it, I guess. King Jack 3-10 without any suits. I think we can let go. Here on table 2 we called a small 3-bet and we flopped a flush draw and some straight draws. I guess just one straight draw for now, but potential to back into a lower straight draw. We now turn a set to go with everything else. I was about to say we should bet here. I mean, I guess this guy can have King Jack. We do have one blocker to King Jack. If he pots it again, we're just going to fold, I think. Which again could be too tight. 3 queens. See, he doesn't have 3 aces. He didn't 3-bet pre. He's just representing King Jack and King Jack alone. But he does have it, of course, because it's PLO and people just have it in those spots a hell of a lot of the time. Maybe that was a pretty bad call there. But you maybe already see when I get frustrated with PLO, we've already done like maybe a bind and a half in, and we've already been going 12 minutes. And I'm not sure I played any of them even as good as moderately. And that queen call there. I'm only like beat by literally like King Jack and nothing else, because he doesn't have 3 aces. He didn't 3-bet pre or didn't 4-bet pre or what have you. So we're literally only beat by King Jack, and we have a Jack. Feels to me like we should be calling. Maybe we beat some lower sets, some 2 pairs, sometimes maybe. Didn't full pot it either, which gives us a slight discount. We have rivered trip 7s here in a small pot. I guess we can bet here and represent some missed draws, hopefully get picked up by Ace King, Ace 6, that type of thing. Stick with this table for now. Flop 3 pairs. I'm going to switch tables because we flopped a set at this table here, table 2. And we just take it down. 4 tables might be too many, but we'll see. Table 3 here, potting over a limp with 2 kings against a blue tag player. And we flop trip 6s with a flush draw, which looks pretty good to me. Oh, gut shot here and top pair and the backdoor flush draw. Turn is not good. River is not good. I suspect we're going to check and lose here. Or check and win. Potentially playable hand over here, depending on the action. Two pairs. Seems like a reasonable place to start. King Queen gets there, but there's more 2 pairs. He can have that one a check call here. Don't really want to get raised. If we do, I guess we're just going to fold. He folds. Guess we're going to call here. Don't think 3-betting is going to get us too many folds. We flop a pair, a flush draw, and a backdoor Broadway. I guess we raise. Halfway to Broadway. Guess we just go with it. And he folds. So we'll take that for sure. Most certain he folded the best hand there when we just had a pair of deuces. Over here we've got to the river with a full house. So we're most certainly betting and getting called by worse. So we're slowly grinding it back, which is typical of my PLO life. Slowly grind it back, lose a flip. Slowly grind it back, sometimes win a flip. Here we are, isolating with queens with a nut suit. We get 3-bet and we get somebody calling behind. Switch into this table because we're giving up with the queens, but we do have pretty strong draw here. We turn the second nut flush, but it does pair the board, so we're going to exercise some pot control here. Check back, call pretty much any river except that one. Top bar flush is good, but obviously now even if he's got pocket deuces here, he beats us. Maybe we could consider turning our hand into a bluff, but hopefully we don't need to. He had quad threes. Nice hand, sir. Nice hand. Really piss poor races here, but we're going to raise them anyway, of course. Looks like everyone's going to call, and we're going to be left out of position with probably just a pair of aces. We're a pretty good flop for aces, I guess. Let's start with a bet. Do up a 10 for the nuts as well. We get instantly pot raised, and we just have a super easy fold. He's going to have 2 pair plus here pretty much all the time. One would imagine. More likely a set. Sticking this table with the jacks with a king and a queen. Again, we're going to go with the isolation play. Probably not succeeding actually fucking isolating, but so we flop top pair. He leads out. Guess we're going to call just once. Maybe we turn a king and give us the best hand. Maybe we hit a jack and definitely have the best hand. 4 of diamonds wasn't what we were looking for. He does check now, which means I'm thinking he probably just has a 7 that he's now scared. If it's 20 pence on the end, we mean we have to call and lose, I guess. We don't call and lose, wow. Okay then. Okay then. I've got a pure rundown here. 7, 8, 9, 10 with a suit. Certainly going to be taking a flop unless there's some crazy action in front of us. And we don't flop very well. Pair and a shit gut shot. Actually, it's not a shit gut shot, is it? Because we've got like lots and lots and lots of cards we can hit. I saw it as a gut shot with the 8-9, but we can hit the 7. We can hit the 8-9 or the 10 here to make a straight, I think. King of diamonds gives us a flush draw. It's probably going to keep us interested till the river. We don't like it much, but I guess we're calling. And we completely break out. You have the double suited aces over here. Be nice to get squeezed, which we do. Obviously going to repot. Excuse me. So we flop top set and a nut flush draw. And we get dunked into. This is turning out pretty sweet right now. Excuse me. And he's got ace jack. He's drawing dead, isn't he? Beautiful. We like that. Easy game when you flop top set and the nut flush draw. it's really hard to make a mistake there. The only mistake we can make is misclicking, of course. Aces again. With just one suit this time, though. But of course, we're going to 3-bet. Get called and we get a not very exciting flop. Bets 480. Guess I'm just going to fold. I mean, he was min betting early when he had nothing. So 27 minutes in, we've already had like more action than you get at your typical 20 or 30 and no limit game. I think we might be close to even for the session now as well, which makes me feel quite pleasant. Fill up here on the river. Don't want to get re-raised there because we might lose to Jack 9 then. Over here we've flopped bottom set, which doesn't excite me greatly, but it's a limped pot, so I guess it might be the best hand. Might not be anymore. We get called in 2 spots and the flush gets there. Call here, hope the board pairs the 3. Be ideal, I guess. Oh, it does as well. Hopefully get called by at least 1 flush here with our raise. We get called and win. I presume he had a flush. Switching over to table 3, we're going to call this blue tag players open with the king queen rag rag double suited. And we flop 2 pairs and a gut shot straight draw. Raise here to just try and knock these 2 guys out if we can. If it's 20 pence, we're pretty confident when he does that he's not strong. We don't have any blockers to the nuts, which is unfortunate. We don't block ace jack in any shape or form, but we do have 2 backdoor flush draws to fall back on. 2. We get called. We're going to bet again. Hope not to get raised. River, the backdoor flush comes home. If he donks here, we're just going to fold. Nothing much we can do. We only have 2 pairs. Very frustrating, because we were almost certainly ahead until the river. And I think calling there is just burning money. Maybe we should have bet more on the turn. It was on a bet fold, and I didn't want to commit like a full pot size bet then have to fold. A pretty rubbish flush draw here and some backdoor straight stuff. 2 people in the pot. Do I want to draw to a jack high flush? Even though we had the backdoor straight stuff going on as well. I guess I don't. I guess I don't want to draw to a jack high flush. But this dude's posted. This guy just limped to try and get some people out of the pot with our queens, I guess. He's posted and checked. How strong can he be? He calls anyway. And we get 2 callers. Not a great flop. We flopped the gut shot, but backdoor flush draw. We're not going to bet here though. I don't think our hand's strong enough to like warrant spending money trying to protect it. Maybe we just win. Seems unlikely. Chop with the other 2 queens. Table 2, we have aces. We get 3 bet. Don't like our aces very much, but obviously we're going to pop the 4 bet in there. And we're going to shut our eyes and jam most. I mean, that's a really good flop. No straight draws. Well, no straights potentially out there. We're only behind to like sets and 2 pairs. If he's got one of those, then good for him. That is a rubbish turn card, but we've got £1.18 left, so what do we care? King 485. That's the second stack this dude's dumped on us. I like that person. Can't say your name, but I like you. If you end up watching this video, your reckless play has certainly been duly noted and appreciated. I'm going to switch tables so we can put a note on him. No, it's just going to say reckless as fuck. PLO whale. We'll be calling a 3 bet here with our queens. Get a pretty Rubbish flop. This guy's hyper aggro. Played against him before, both at no limit and at PLO. Be interesting to see what he turns up with here, because it's clearly all going in. Ace, Jack, Deuce, 4. Yeah. Well, to be fair, with a flush draw. Not convinced Ace, Jack, Deuce, 4. It's a particularly good hand to 3-bet with, though. So we're going to stick with the read that the guy's a moron. Or at least a moron in a poker sense. We're switching from this table here to table 1 because we have a much more attractive situation going on. And we just flop a pair, which isn't really what we were looking for. When we are going to see bet if it's checked to us. I'm going to call just to see what happens on the turn. 8 isn't a particularly good card. Bet's pretty big, we're just going to fold. Bet's big enough for me. Over here we have an overpair and a nut flush draw and our opponent. It's relatively short stack, so I guess we're just going to go with our hand at this point. Going to check back now. He only has £3 left, but I suspect we're going to lose a fair amount on that 10 with straights and 2 pairs and things. No, 5, 4, 10, 8. Maybe I'm just underestimating how loosely these guys call bets with. How loosely they call bets. I didn't think we'd get value with 1 pair there. I just thought that with the 10 coming in, there's like all kinds of 2 pairs you can have. The 1 straight gets out. Oh, expect if it's a straight, he's just going to lead with it. But you can still have some weak 2 pairs that he's just checking but never ever folding. But that could be way too tight. That, in fact, it should probably just be a bet, shouldn't it? And if he's got us, then he's getting a £3 bonus, I guess. Some pretty rubbish aces again. I think we're going to overlimp with them because you don't have like many good side cards, but we do have the potential to, like, if it goes call, 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 put in like a pretty sizable limp raise. So we can limp raise to 520 here, and then be like 200 blinds deep with the hand that isn't going to improve very often, or we can just call and play the set value. Fuck it, we're going to go with the raise though. We do have that the nut flush blocker here. He goes 14.99 all in. Gamble, gamble time, I guess. Hopefully this guy fucks off double quick. He doesn't. Fade a massive draw, and he rivers a turn to 10 and gets there. That is like hyper annoying. And that's why you don't catch me playing PLO very often. I mean, this dude just, what the fuck? I need to go back and look at that again, but we just lost like a 40 quid there. And that's, I don't know. I mean, who knows what I've just done there. We had a 3-bet call by 7-7, 10-6 and 10-5, deuce 7, which really highlights massively where my mental game problems come from at PLO, because the guy with the 5 deuce 10-7 dragged down the lion's share of a £100 pot, and I struggle to deal with that mentally, can't lie. That's what we're talking about. We chip up, then we just lose a massive pot. Then maybe I overplayed my aces. There's every chance I overplayed them there. I'm not going to say that we didn't overplay it, because there's a good chance that we did. Here we have top 2 pair and a flush draw. I'm going to continue betting for now. The river, a really rubbish flush. Can't bet and get called by worse, so we're going to check and hope he doesn't pot it. Some straights got there, flush got there, but fortunately we hold. Aces again here. Aces everywhere. Aces on 2 tables right now. We're going to start off with a 3-bet at this table. Called. Not a great flop. We won't be going broke this time with these aces, but we do have aces over here where we're way more likely to want to put some money in the pot. We have a pair, nut flush draw, and the overpair, and we just take it down. And back to these aces, which I've pretty much just given up on. I mean, maybe we win. No, we don't, because 10-7, ace-6 beats us. That's why he's got the blue tag. Yeah, that pot's annoyed me. It's annoyed me more because I just don't think I should be committing as much money as I did with just a pair of aces there, when this guy just like donks massively into us. I mean, I guess you're just hoping this guy fucks off. That's where we lost the bulk of the money, because we lost to both players. If we just lose the extra 14 to him, I'm like, whatever, it's annoying, but whatever. But when this dude comes along too with just his whatever the fuck he had, I mean, I guess he had a pair in a draw, so I guess he's going nowhere, but yeah, it's pretty annoying. Maybe we should just have called with the aces because they were that shit, and then just like set man with them, or look to play like a smallish pot, not a big one. I think I'm as much to blame for that as anybody else. It's all well and good saying, oh, these guys are fucking idiots, look at the hands he turned up with. Ultimately, I still committed 150 big blinds post flop with just a naked pair of aces, which is probably fucking horrible. And what was just that big bet then, though, wasn't it? We made squares to 5, plays 15, he makes it 29. So the pot's 30, we've only got like 34 left ourselves. So that's what I mean. This is where I was talking about earlier. When like the SPR, when he gets to us, the SPR was like 1 or something like that. Are we really supposed to fold aces in a spot like that where the SPR is 1? I genuinely don't know. I honestly don't know. I think I might clip that hand and post it in a few spots just to see if it was horrendous spew or just if we had to go with it, given that when the action came to us, the SPR was so inviting. In fact, I think I'll make a separate video of it. That's what we're going to do. I'll make a separate video of it. I'm going to defend here with the ace 10 10 7 with the suit. We're going to check fold to a pot size bet. Two kings back on the suicide table. I mean, how can we not 3-bet this dude? How can we not squeeze here against these two players? And we flop top set, which is not unpleasant. Just going to check here and let this dude bet. Oh, he doesn't bet. Fortunately, we don't get punished for it. And then we do get the reward of getting donked into on the turn. Against our friend who's drawn to a 6. The highs and lows of pot limit Omaha, I guess. I mean, we're going to squeeze here, all Olympus, and we're going to get called in every spot. So is it better to just complete? I think it is. Because we're going to get called everywhere, but instead of the pot being £1 and 4p and missing, the pot would have been £6, maybe close to £7, and then we'd have still missed. Maybe that's a bad mindset, who knows. Certainly been an action-packed video. I know, man, the players who watch my videos are primarily no-limit players, so maybe they're not interested in PLO. But if you just like poker in general, you can't not like the action that you're seeing here at the moment. I think we're probably stuck a buy-in only, which I've been in worse situations. A call here with the double suited 9s. So we flop a flush draw only at the moment and an underpair. Just going to check back. Turn the nuts, which is not unpleasant. Pot seems too big here. He snap calls on the board pairs, which is absolutely devastating. I mean, we just have to call. We're probably going to lose to a full house, which is annoying. Of course we do. I think we isolate here. How much is that pot? Just a 31 quid pot. Rivered. And against this dude, we just need to just pot it again, don't we? Yeah, we lose to Jack 10. But I guess we just have to go with it. He flops. Over here we've flopped top set on a really dry board. How the fuck has this guy built a stack of that much? Hopefully we're going to get to tap into it now. He's got 4-5. You're going to see the video end very quickly. He does have 4-5. Wow. Oh, we fill up on the river. We fill up on the river. Beautiful. That's made me feel a little bit better. Can't lie. Did he just have the 4-5 there and like raise and then just call a re-raise, etc.? Did he just have the open ender? See, in terms of VV, we stuck out there, but I mean, come on, do me a favour. What's the flop? 2, 3, and then he had the 4, 5, 6. He had the 4, 5, 6. Still don't know if that's good or not, what he's done, but I guess he can't fold the turn. We've got 3 pairs here. We ain't folding for sure. We now have a full house. This could get expensive. Don't want to get check raised again here. I'm being a bit of a wimp, but we do only have 3s full of kings. And we beat his river straight. Maybe I was a bit gun shy there, but we are very deep, and I wouldn't know what to do if I bet and he raised. So I chickened out. I just chickened out. I think we're now in profit for the session. What a fucking swingy old game this is. The ups and downs. The ups and downs of Pot Limit Omaha. Brought to you by Reggie Time Poker. Please join the Facebook group if you're not a dick. Table 1 we have a hand that looks pretty playable to me. Not anymore. I'm going to move to table 4 because we have another pretty looking hand. Lead out here, hopefully make the button fold, and then whatever happens against the guy with the £3. I suspect he's going to have a 6 a lot of these, just being trappy with, but who cares at this point. He would have called with a 6 by now, so I guess we're going to win. Moving on to table 2 with pocket ladies with some okay-ish looking side cards. We flop a flush draw. with an overpair, so we're going to start with a bet. And take it down. Don't know if this is a good call or not. I suspect it isn't great, but we do have the button. And we flop a straight draw. Which isn't a bad start. We turn a set. We're going to check back. Continue checking. Go to table 2 because we have turned a straight and have timed out. And we've rivered a full house. So now we're going to bet fold. And we're timing out everywhere at the moment, which is unfortunate. Guess I'm going to overlimp with this straighty type hand. And we're going to not hit very much. I mean, I certainly don't know when to bet thin for value with like non-nutted stuff in this game. That certainly needs work. I think we definitely miss value with the trip sixes on the deuce 4, 5, 6 board. Given he'd raise pre-flop, he's not that likely to have low cards. Probably should have bet again. Bet folded, I guess. I think we're going to get rid of this table we're currently looking at because it's at risk of timing out. We've got one player with not much money. So it seems like a good time to leave so we don't time out everywhere else. Oh, probably shouldn't be doing that, but you couldn't see his name, I don't think, so it's whatever. If you did see someone's name there, I do apologise, but there was no betting or anything going on. We only saw the corner of the screen. So we are now down to 3 tables. Hopefully make things a bit more manageable for me. I've just checked and it feels like we're in profit by about a buying and a bit now for the session, which given we lost that fucking 100 quid pot or near 100 quid pot with the aces that I think I misplayed, we'll take. Ready small flush on table 1. Guess we're going to bet. Maybe he calls us with 2 pairs or straights. Interesting hand on the suicide table. I want to try and see a flop here. Please don't squeeze Yorkie. Right. And we're going to fold here. Just top pair, no kicker, no real backdoor. I mean, we've got the backdoor flush draw, which maybe makes you want to stick around for one, does it? No, it doesn't. Kings with a suit, we like that. We like kings with a suit. Quite like him just to repot it here. And we can just repot it again ourselves and leave it in the lap of the gods, I guess. Do it. Give me that king of clubs. 7 of diamonds. It's not the king of clubs, is it? That's not the king of clubs. On table 3 we have a really pretty hand. I think we're going to squeeze with and then just say gamble gamble if Leslie folds and either of these dudes put the rest in. Give me a fun flop. That's fun enough. That's fun enough. I guess we got a flush draw, we got backdoor, straight draw, and we got not that much left. I don't have the ace high flush draw. Now we're in really rough shape because he snap called us, and we have a jack high flush draw, no fold equity. I hope to hit an ace. No, that's good too, I guess. This could be fucking horrible by me. My friend has the kings, so we were drawing pretty fucking thin there. Pretty thin. Fair to say I'm not good at this game. Aces with a pretty moderate side cards, but of course we need to 3-bet them. We flop 2 pairs, which is going to be good enough for me to bet pretty big and not fold. He has aces, which isn't ideal. Oh, we chop it up somehow. How did we chop? Oh, we had aces too, of course. What a fucking nugget I am. What a fucking nugget I am. For some reason I thought we lost. And 7-3-9. Seems like a pretty shit hand to me. So now we're not up a bind anymore. Now we're up maybe half a bind tops. And now we're doing on the rake points. Oh, we've certainly accumulated some of them. Not that I'm doing well in the race this week. Not that I've ever done well in the race, but this week's been the worst of the whole series for me. Still got time to, we'll probably get our customary £7.50 by the end, on top of whatever extra we get. We're going to keep playing until this table dies. Oh, I'm saying this table, I'm not sure I'm the right fucking table. Until this table dies, we'll keep going. Because there's definitely potential to make some good money at this table still with this dude. I mean, it's not ideal he has position on us, but this guy keeps reloading. This guy's not good. Two queens with a suit here. I'm going to be seeing a flop. We're going to be flopping a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw, so we're going to be check calling here. Ten of diamonds. That'd be sweet. Oh, ten of spades is nearly as good. Brick river, which we enjoy. It's hard to have a chop here, given that we hold two queens in our hand. Fucking hell, I'm sweating tonight. Seems it's not even been a hot day outside, but for some reason it feels really humid right now. If we were in position here, I would consider calling with this. I think we're still going to call. Would much rather have the button and have the call. Two pair, sorry, top pair, gut shot, backdoor flush draw. He's absolutely bombed it. I guess we have to see one more card though, don't we? That could be an expensive one. Let's start counting the outs now for when he pots it. We've got 9 flush cards, 3 straight, 12 outs. So we're not getting the direct odds when he pots it. And he doesn't, well, he's got 15 behind. No fold. Do we just call here? I guess we do. Just jam when we improve. Like, oh, do we improve? Do we improve on that card? It's paired the board. Only one combination of aces left. I guess. Oh, we lose. He snap called. He has a set of 10s. Bagger. Bagger. My PLO game needs work, I think. table 2 we have a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. Guess we have to call versus that price. Yeah, I've definitely made too many mistakes this video. I think maybe is the turn a call there. Doubt it. I mean, if we're going to check call all in, we may as well just bet a guess and sometimes get caught by worse flushes. Maybe that just had like 2 pair on the turn. I don't know. Could be talking utter bollocks. Feels like we've made some pretty big mistakes during this video. Fortunately, we're not going to be stuck that much. I don't think we are anyway. I think we're stuck about a buy-in now. I just no idea how to play me non-nutted stuff really. I guess that's the takeaway from this. How do we play non-nutted stuff? Badly would be the answer right now. How do we improve that though? How do we avoid getting ourselves in those situations in the first place? Would be another question. Are these situations avoidable in PLO? These are all questions that I don't actually have definitive answers to. This dude has a size intent you could drive a fucking house through, doesn't he? He potted the turn when he had like a pair and a flush draw, and then he just min bet the river when he was left with just a pair. But we know he like pots it when he has stronger made hands. I'm not going to call here. Too likely this dude's going to squeeze. Oh fuck it, we're going to call anyway. Here comes the squeeze, which is sadly inevitable, and this is where we get ourselves in all kinds of trouble because I'm like, oh well, let's see a flop. All of a sudden, instead of just folding for 20 pence, we're putting £2 in, and we are flopping kind of weirdly in terms of that we've got top pair and a gut shot on a shitty paired board, and I think we're just going to have given £2 away pre-flop here. And we could just have folded, which is my first instinct because we just kind of knew the squeeze was going to be coming from this psychotic fucker up here. Again, another situation we have to call. Pretty sure the squeeze is coming. It isn't this time, and we have flopped a steel wheel draw with the backdoor hearts as well, and a bunch of overcards. I guess we just bet and shut our eyes. If action comes our way, so we turn the wheel, which I like. Do not pair that fucking board. That's nice. Well, nice in terms of it makes our hand unbeatable, but perhaps it cost us a full stack had it bricked off. But either way, we pulled down a £22 pot, so we're not going to be too salty about it. And we get ourselves deeper again with our pal up here. Big pot going on again. On table we've overlimped. No idea where this dude's got his stack from, but this is one of the nice things about PLO. You get to potentially get super deep stacked in position against some pretty horrible players, and that's when it starts to get a bit hairy. But you know, you can potentially drag down some enormous pots. But I guess in most of those enormous pots, it's going to be an absolute ride on the variance train. Easy defend. That's a flop I could use. That is most definitely a flop that we can use. Deuce of diamonds. Three of hearts, just as useful. Deuce of clubs on the river. That is an absolutely spectacular run out. Gonna give him a price he can't afford with his sets. Oh, I guess he didn't have much. I guess he just had a draw, which we got decent value from, to be fair. I guess we're going to bet here. We have enough things going on where we can bet and then decide on the turn how big we want to make the pot on that particular turn. We don't want to make it big. We've flopped a pretty big hand here over on table 2. We've got a wrap and a backdoor flush draw, and we're going to be check raising it for sure. That is disappointing. He now leads out. We can't fold. I'm not a big fan of my flush draw, but I am a big fan of my straight draws. Don't want to make a flush here. We want to hit the 5 or the 10. 10 doesn't work quite as well because we lose to King Jack. I mean, we can't fold. Disappointing that we didn't hit a straight that give us the nuts, but we win anyway. No idea what his river bet's all about there, but we're happy to drag down a 23 quid pot. We're not wanted for action here, have we? Over here on table 1. When he's isolated against 4 players, I'm going to put him very much on just super big cards most of the time. Flop a straight, but with this much action around us, would the only person I'm willing to play for. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. Turn doesn't change anything. We're going to lead out small on the turn and probably just fold because no one's going to raise us without a flush. No one's raising without a flush here, so we can just bet our straight for some value from who knows fucking what. And we can't call here. Which is disappointing because we're getting pretty good odds, but there's absolutely no way he does this with worse hand. So I guess we just let it go and be a little bit sad. Call here with a straight draw that gets there. Not particularly, it's not a straight I'm proud of, but it's a straight nevertheless. And we lose to King Jack again. We do have one Jack in our hand. Call. And we chopped it up. And we're not going to play heads up because my ring PLO is not good, so my heads up PLO is just not going to stand the test, even against a fish or someone who I suspect is a fish. So we are going to be down to 2 tables. I'm not sure a 2-tabling video is going to be that much fun. But this table in general is fun, so it's fun for me anyway. It might not be a fun watch. In fact, I think we will call the video a day because it'll get really slow now. I'm going to continue playing, but we're going to call the video a day. 1 hour 26 minutes of crazy PLO action. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button if you've got this far, and bye bye for now.